talk more about the New Patriotic Party, the opposition New Patriotic Party. You know the party is in a rebuilding process. They will be going to elect their flag bearer on the 31st of January, 2026. After that, the party will go into electing various leadership positions from the polling station level all the way to the national level. We have in studio now, Honorable Eugene Boakye, who is aspiring to be the General Secretary of the NPP. I'm grateful to you, sir, for joining.
Morning. It's the first time.
Yes.
I watch you every morning. So.
Thank you. I enjoyed you when you were in Parliament. You were fearless. I mean,
thank you.
I wonder why you went out of Parliament. You should have stayed because of your fearlessness.
Yeah, another chapter has been opened. So
okay, anyway.
Let's see what that also springs up.
But how's life after Parliament?
Very relaxing.
Okay.
Less stressful.
Oh
yeah.
Parliament is stressful.
Yeah, very stressful. And
okay.
I think once again you're in control of your own destiny in terms of what you want to do. You know, committee work, constituency visits, duties in the constituency, all lumped up into something else. So okay. I think I'm enjoying life outside of Parliament for the minute, yes.
Okay. But if it's stressful, why do people still try to go 4 or 5 times?
Do you really know? You don't know. And once you get caught up in there, sometimes you don't know till you come out.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's like, it's traveling to see greener pastures. You go and think, oh, it's all hunky-dory. Then no, you are in for a long haul. Yeah, but it's a great place to be.
Okay.
Getting to understand the governance system and structures of our country and what have you. But I think I've done my bit. I'm out of it now. Somebody is also continuing.
Okay. Let's look. You're gunning to be the General Secretary of the NPP, which means that you should have done an analysis of the party to understand what are the shortcomings. Let's start from the defeat in 2024. What do you think caused the party to lose that election?
Let me say good morning to our viewers and especially the NPP fraternity that is watching us this morning. I think we lost because too many of our own people felt that we had drifted away from them. And when your base is crying for jobs, inclusion, humility, sometimes it appeared that we weren't listening. And that created a whole lot of problems for government as well as party. Because when a party is in government, the expectation is such that people think that by the stroke of a pen or a mere phone call, things should happen. But normally it doesn't happen like that. So that's our. I think we had a very fantastic first term where most of our projects go completed. But yes, at the tail end of the first term was when COVID struck, and in its wake brought a whole lot of issues. Then the Russia-Ukraine war also had an impact on the economy. It was a very turbulent second term, I think, very, very turbulent second term. But the Ghanaian people did take kindly to it. And I'm sure the economy wasn't also in the best shape, right from, I believe, 2 years leading up to the 2024 elections. And we got punished for that.
You believe that a change in the finance minister would have changed your fortunes? Because you were one of those who were called.
I believe so. If he had gone earlier, I mean, if I had left after the reading of the budget, the appropriation of the budget, I believe Amin Anta would have done a perfect job. He came in later. I mean, just compare what happened in 2022 to what is happening to the NDC now. And my younger brother, Ato Forsen, has not done much. There's not a single policy that Ato has introduced. Look, this is the policy I'm using to shore up the CD or the dollar. We haven't heard that. I'm sure that our donor partners are looking favorably on the government as well as the person in charge. You see, it all helps. Sometimes, a change of face, a change of personnel, inures, to one's advantage, when you are dealing with these donor partners.
Okay.
And I'm sure because that didn't happen, we walked all the way through till February 2024 before he left office. I don't think that did our electoral fortune is any good. Yes.
Your party has decided to do something that many have described as a top-to-bottom approach because they are electing a flag bearer first. They've given several reasons for it. Do you agree with that decision?
Well, the National Council has spoken, and I respect that because as a member of the party, once the National Council speaks, the National Council is seen as the National Council is the highest decision-making body outside of conference. Once it speaks, you have to. But a point has to be made. The further decision has been taken. It's like, the Supreme Court gives a ruling. People can still discuss it. So party people must understand that this party is not we are all not robots in a way. I mean, the party took a decision, but the only point that some of us had was that whatever model that we used, whether it was the old model or this new model that is the top down or the top bottom, the base must feel empowered. And when I say the base must feel empowered, you see, this is where people don't understand, because people don't really sit down to go into the details or the minutiae of what we go through in an election. Okay. As an MP or as a presidential candidate, because you have to go down and drill down to some of these things. When people speak, and they speak without experience, it's sometimes difficult. We don't appreciate what it takes to win an election. Okay. Number one, we live in a country where we have close to 90,000 settlements. We have 16 regions, but we have about 90,000 settlements. You understand? And there's no way any presidential candidate of both of the two leading political parties can visit every settlement before an election. Okay. You cannot even do 200.
That's too much.
That's too much. That is why the MPP, in its wisdom, brought about the polling station concept in 1998. Okay. We used to do the ward system. But in 1998, the General Secretary of Boakye, His Honorable Boakye and Honorable Odoi Sais at the Suganda Conference, because the JA4 election took center stage. So people forgot that we did some serious amendments to the Constitution. That's why we brought about the polling station structure. And all elections take place at the polling station. Everybody has a polling station that they vote. So when all is said and done, they are the ones that carry us to victory. They are the lifeblood or the heartbeat of the party. So they must be in place. In our last election, the presidential candidate Muhammad Bawku taught all the 276 constituencies, not settlements. Yeah. People confuse the two. And once, for example, if Dr. Bawku came to Subin today, once he leaves, the constituency executives, the electoral area coordinators, and the polling station executives are now tasked to enter every home, every shop, every church, every mosque, every market, to then inform these electorates about the vision of the presidential candidate. You understand? That is why we said that, because that the base is not in readiness, there's no point electing a flag bearer before that. Okay. But National Council has spoken. It remains to be seen what is it that the party wants to achieve out of this. Okay. Because what has served this party, a conservative party like ours, very well since 1996. What has served this party well? The Americans have been saying that if A ain't broke,
don't change it.
Change it. So what has served this party well? We now have to depart and do something that's novel, something that is going to probably shake the very foundation of the party. Because you see, I'm going to elect a flag bearer now. Once the flag bearer is elected, then you start with the internal elections, the polling station all the way up. So what's the job of the flag bearer? Because no flag bearer, no presidential candidate can do any election till 2027, 2028.
But they explain flag bearer will now provide some sort of stability, leadership.
No, but you see, people talk as if they are not politicians. The flag bearer is just one person. The party is there to be formidable for the flag bearer to win an election. It's not the other way around. No single individual can win an election for this party. It's the party that goes into an election. When you start talking like this, then when you go and lose an election, they start blaming you. Say, oh, it's the candidate. But it's the party that is taking the candidate to an election. You understand? Yeah. So the party must be in such a formidable state, in a state of preparedness, that whoever is elected flag bearer will come and meet a united, formidable party ready to win an election. You are not expecting a flag bearer to come and instill discipline in the party. That's not his job. The Constitution is there for executives, constituency, region, and national, to implement what is here, to apply what is here. It's not the job of a flag bearer. They're even going to make his job difficult. Because once he takes a position, oh, because I didn't vote for him, because I didn't support him, they're even going to make his job difficult by electing him early. But be that as it may, a decision has been taken. We all respect it. Let's wait and see what it throws up. But I said, we are a very conservative party. We have done what has served this party very well in the last, God knows, almost 30 years ago, when we started with this polling station system, always electing from the base before we get to the top. Now, it's the other way around. We all have not seen it. So let's wait and see what it will throw up. But like I said, I fully respect the decision of council, but we have to fight to ensure that the grassroots must feel that it works for them, because they are the ones who are going to campaign.
Okay. Mm.
They are the ones who are going to campaign for the party.
So if that's the case, and a lot of the people at the base, the grassroots, are calling for the release of the Professor Michael Quay committee report, would you then, based on that, to say, well, I agree with that?
Well, let me conclude on that phase and then come to the... What you must all bear in mind is that no strategy will win an election without the polling station soldier.
Oh, yes, yes.
No strategy, whether or no model can win an election without a polling station soldier. They are the heartbeat, I said, or the lifeblood of any political party in this country. You understand? Yes. Now, flowing on to Okoye. The difficulty some of us have is that the report was submitted to council. Professor Okoye gave a synopsis of the report. We were told that the report was a document that was not going to be released or discussed.
Yeah.
But the recommendations were going to be fully implemented. Then a thank you tour started. And then we heard people referring copiously to that report. So that straight away sparks a debate. You understand? Mm-hmm. And then you expect others to also come in. And the difficulty some of us have is that there must be a semblance or a sense of balance. All what we heard was about the administration of the former president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Reshuffle, he didn't do it. DDEP, power, arrogance of power, all those things were being directed at the administration. So what did the party people do? Well, there was the government and then there was the party. The party chairman, the party general secretary sat in cabinet. Do you understand? So some of us felt it was unfair by just attacking the administration of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So what did the party do? Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was elected and sworn in as president on the 7th of January 2021. The executives, national executives, were also elected, I think, July, August of 2022. So for almost 2-3 years, you were in cabinet with him. And your job as a general secretary or a chairman is the constitution of the party and the manifesto of the party. That's your job, to go to cabinet and ensure that is being applied. We are strictly following the dictates of our manifesto or the party constitution. If that could not be done, then I don't see the point of trying to blame the president. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. And that is the difficulty some of us had, that, look, If you are going to talk about it, let's talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, then let's shelve it. And what we must also understand is that the report, I don't believe, has set out to disgrace anybody. The report is about learning lessons for the future. That's what the report is about. That's why we did a report, so that we know where we went wrong, and then the recommendations. So if you face the truth now, we avoid repeating what happened in 2024. And that is why people are saying, okay, let's see the report. Fine. Delegates, I believe they are smart. They know the Supreme problem. They know what caused the election. I think everybody knows, but it's just that we wanted a document to prove that something took place. Now, let me take your mind back to something. In 2008, after that defeat, that cliffhanger of an election that brought Professor Mills in, there was another committee chaired by Dr. Jimmy Heyman, Ghana's former South African High Commissioner, under J. Kufuor. And in that report, paragraph 4 stated that the expansion of our polling stations was a necessity. But at the time, there was this infiltration, talk of infiltration. So let's do the 5-5. 5 executives for a polling station. But we must take an intermediate step of moving to one member, one vote. 2009 to 2016. How many years? 2026, how many years?
That's long, huh? Even if it's 2010 to 20, that's 16.
Yes.
So that's 17 years.
17 years. It has not happened. And it's in that report. And because
so 16 years, right?
Yes. 16. So if you have not implemented this, and people are saying the same thing today, are we a serious political party?
Oh, wow.
That's the question. So when people keep things to themselves, that's what happens. I am privileged to know what is in there because I followed the team in Ashanti and Bono and Hafo. So I know what is contained in that report.
Which means that at the Congress, when they said that you will take steps towards the one man, one vote, you don't even believe that it could be...
Some of us don't believe it. And when you say it, these young Turks in the party don't seem to get it.
Okay.
We've been around for a long time.
Because you think that it's been there for 16 years.
If something as important as expanding the base of your party, to get more people in, to mobilize more people for elections, to mobilize more funds for a party, somebody could not implement it for 16 years. And we are talking about another report, somebody's keeping under his armpit and going and referring to base that don't refer to him, but refer to others. Are we being serious? And what we are saying is that even Engineer Kwabena Japan, when he brought his constitutional amendments and talked about, okay, if you don't have the base, fine, let's leave it. Let's do all former and current, all former polling station executives, all current polling station executives, all former coordinators, all current, all former constituency, all current, all former region, all former national, all current. Let's add them as a base and then do the agency heads, the deputy ministers who were not MPs and the CEOs who were not MPs. Let's put all of them together as a base and then expand it from there. That too, they ditched the polling stations. The polling stations, you have the numbers there, more than the top. So the polling station constitutes about 94% of the electoral college. So what is this party afraid of? What is this party? You go into an election, the party garnered about 4-point-something million in the elections. And the 4-point-something million that you get, you don't even have a membership base, database to reflect that. Yeah. We don't even have 1 million members on our books.
Wow.
And if you say yes, you cannot determine the party affiliation of Mr. Brace. That's fine. But as for every polling station executive, you have the details in the party office. The IT directors must have it because I've been an MP for 2 terms. All my registers, once they are compiled, 2 will be signed by the chairman and the secretary of the constituency. Goes to region. Region will keep one will come to national. So we have it. So what are we running away from? So these are some of the concerns that some of us have. And when people don't know, and people think that, we are not going to release, you're not going to release what? We are talking about things that should have been done that we have not done, and using excuses, excuse me, using lame or tenuous excuses to defend an indefensible position. Why can't this party expand its base?
From your analysis then, do you support the the people who tried to blame the current leadership for what befell the party in 2024?
Well, I'm not here to attack anybody. I mean, but I believe that we must be fair to the issues. If the party, after going through such an abysmal election with such seismic, defeat, and a committee is put together by the party, and the committee reports on its findings, the party must abide by it. The party must let us know what we need to know. For example, we want to Legon for the reforms, for the conference.
Yes.
What were we going to? What suggestions were we going to make if you had not seen the recommendations of the?
But there were suggestions.
Which suggestions?
The amendment you did.
No, but those amendments were brought in on the blind side of recommendations. How many people knew what was there, apart from we being told by the party HQ that we have to do this, we have to add 2 more people to the constituency, we have to do this and all that. We should know. We should know.
What if it was made aware to the committee?
Which committee?
The committee that worked on the amendment, because you had lawyers.
The committee, you see, a committee cannot. The biggest forum is the national conference.
Yes.
And when things are brought there, that's when we discuss. And why can you tell me that when you are going to expand the base of your party, that is also a secret? Because you are going to do something that will inevitably get out there anyway. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. You are not saying go and tell us what President Kufuor said, what President Kufuor said, what the first national security minister said. That's what we are saying. What we are saying is that the recommendations that have far-reaching implications for our party are what we are looking to address. Do you understand?
But are they not what informed the recommendations they brought?
That I don't know.
The amendment.
Because we were asked to bring in our constitutional reforms or amendments. That's what we sent in. On the back of what? Do you understand what I mean? So let's try and do the right things. Let's try and make sure that we want to put this party on a sound footing to win 2028.
But this is your 2024 laws. Was it not expected that Ghanaians were so angry that there was nothing your national leadership or the party itself could have done because Ghanaians were angry?
If you say so, I disagree.
Okay.
Because Ghanaians were angry not in 2024.
Okay.
They were angry before that. That's why some of us had to put our parliamentary careers on the line and bring attention to the president that he must do something about the finance minister. Well, we saw it. We were MPs, we were traveling up and down. We went to our constituencies, and we heard, the cries of our supporters and our sympathizers. And that's why some of us say, no, well, let's go and meet the president. When we couldn't meet the president, we told the whole country that this was the position, we're not happy with it. And, when push came to shove, it was out there that the economy was what cost us the elections. Especially when, I want to talk about one thing. The president of the Republic at the time, His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, told the country in a live broadcast that there were not going to be any shortcuts, any haircuts. Further down the line, his finance minister, Honorable Kenneth Furiata, introduced haircuts. That DDEP, according to the numbers being bandied about, affected 800,000 Ghanaians. Do you understand? So if it is 800,000, if you even divide it into two, 400 NDC, 400,000 NDC, 400,000 MPP, times 4, your wife and your 2 kids. Take that modest conservative view of it. That is 4 per every house. 4 times 4 gives at least 1.6 million. All these people didn't vote. All these people didn't vote. I can say hand on heart that all these people didn't vote. They will not go to the booth and vote against MPP, so they won't vote at all. So we know where we lost the numbers.
Okay, all right. Now, you want to become the party's general secretary. What is pushing you to want to become the general?
Well, clearly, I love my party. I've sacrificed for it. I've stayed loyal through thick and thin. And I want to see an MPP that rewards loyalty, treats people fairly, and inspires Ghanaians again. So I'm running for the position, not because of the title, but because of hope. Ghanaians had hope in us in 2016. That is why they gave us 169 MPs and approximately 1 million votes. It was unprecedented in the history of politics in our country. The first time that an opposition leader had rolled straight into government. That was the first time. And the NDC has also done it in 2024. Now, we can see clearly that the undying principles or values of the party have eluded us. And I don't know whether you listened to President Kufuor when he came in for the
party's school, the launch of the Patriotic Institute.
Yes. President Kufuor said something. He said, look, this party is not Dankwa. The party is not Buzia. The party is not Victor Usu. The party is not him, Professor Dubuahen, J. Kufuor Kufuor, or Dr. Bawku. The party was a tradition, or is a tradition. We have our own undying principle. The fact that you take a temporary charge of it doesn't mean the party belongs to anybody, or it belongs to the name they want to associate with the party. There are so many of our forebears who did far more important things in the course of this tradition, but whose names are not mentioned, or probably mentioned in the footnote of history. So we talk about the undying principles or values of the party. What are we known for? Property owning democracy, right? Respect for human rights, rule of law, better managers of the economy, and stuff like that. That is what makes the NPP stand out from the rest of the political parties in this country. And I believe that we've lost that Midas touch. We've lost it. Yes, because if you talk to majority of our party people, they are of the humble view that the economy was what did us in badly. We were all over the place. Yeah. We maintained a certain degree of stability when Honorable Aminata came in the latter part of the administration. But it was, the horse had already bolted. There was no point in trying to, do anything that was going to change the mind of Ghanaians. Because if you win an election, I believe 18 months to the time, not in the election year. Okay. Because anything you do, people will tell you because of the election that you are constructing these roads, you are putting up these street lights. And that is what cost us. But we've learned our lessons. Ghanaians did not reject our tradition. Ghanaians punished us to go home, and then because Ghanaians know that we are capable.
So what's your vision?
My vision,
because you've enumerated that, for example, Ghanaians that did not reject your tradition.
No, we did it not.
So if they didn't, what's your vision?
My vision is the reforms. I mean, the reforms, yes, we've done a bit, but there must be far-reaching reforms. I've told you about expanding the base of the party, right? We shouldn't give people the impression that if you're not a delegate per se, if you're not a police station executive, a coordinator, you have no say in the run of the party. You understand? That's also some of the problems that I believe the Okoye committee brought up, but which is quite not being discussed. We must make sure that in any democracy that you go, you deal with numbers. Democracy is a game of numbers. We must continue to expand the base of our party.
Okay.
Not just the former and current officers. We must bring people on board who are traders, who are mechanics. They must all come on board because that's the base of the party. And once we are able to push those through, hopefully before the 2028 elections, by expanding the base, and then we must restore the hope and the maturity and discipline that the tradition has been associated with. Yes, we must restore that. And I believe the rebuilding process, which is more or less the recapture of power too, is doable. If you look at the polls critically from 2016, you can see that Ghanaians don't take any prisoners these days. Once they are happy with something, they get you out. So if you're able to present a very responsible, mature leadership, disciplined leadership to the people of this country, the people of this country know who is best placed to be in government out of the two political parties. But sometimes they punish us because when you're in power and you don't listen to them, excuse me, the end result is punishment. Go back, do your homework, and come back. And that is what the party is doing now. But there must be far-reaching reforms of the parties or the party structure.
But the reforms are done by a committee, not a general secretary as an individual.
No, but who forms the committee?
The party.
Then don't let us go there, please.
No, you educate. Yeah,
just let us end here.
No, you have to educate.
Do you have to vote for who sits on the committee? Do you have to vote?
They are chosen.
So
by the National Executive Committee, not so.
And who present the names to the National Executive Committee? Look, let's deal with the questions, please.
Okay.
I'm not here to talk about anybody. If I'm given the position, I know what to do to get the right people there to do the job. Yes, if a committee must be put together responsibly. And I've been in Parliament. I was there with the former Attorney General of this Republic, Honorable Jogati. Why couldn't he be a member of that committee or even chair it? Honorable Atachia, how many years at the bar? Why couldn't he be on that committee? Why couldn't he chair it? Honorable Obi Amwa, Dambuche, they're all there. Okay. Please, don't let us go there, please. You see, if you want the best, you will get the best. If you also don't want to use the best materials that we have, then we're all going to confront the problems. We want people who have institutional memory. We have people who have the experience. We have people who are respected. Yes. Yes. So, please.
You mentioned some names.
No, because they're all members of Parliament. They're all not in Parliament now.
Yeah.
So why couldn't somebody like Honorable Jogati chair it?
He's a colossus, really.
A former Attorney General of the Republic.
Yeah.
Honorable Atachia, a fourth member of Parliament, a former cabinet minister, Damboche, a former general secretary of the party.
He's a great strategist.
Yes. So why couldn't all these people be part of the? If you only want to put a team together to work for this party, put a team that will scare your opponents. That's what politics is about.
But you should also. Okay, anyway, you say you don't want us to do it.
Yes, because you are trying to push me into a certain corner.
But that makes people understand the sort of boardroom.
They understand. You just see, politics has now become fanaticism in our country. People don't want to read through the issues. People think, because Kojo Brace is my friend, anything that I have to support him. Yes, but they forget that we are dealing with millions of Ghanaians who don't have friends at the top.
No, but the committee put together were made up of some of the brilliant minds you have in your party.
Mention some of the names. No, why do you want to dwell on that? I think you've spoken about that. Let's move on.
All right.
They've done their work. Let's move on.
Okay, but you say that your party, Ghanaians love your party more to be in power more than the NDC.
Of course, Ghanaians know. Anytime we win an election, look at the numbers that turn up to vote. If you want to be a dispassionate observer of the political history of this country, take all the elections, the proper elections, from 2000 coming. 2000.
Which one of them is not a proper election?
The 90s one, you can describe them.
Okay.
2000, when you've had competitive elections in this country. Look at the data.
But 96 was competitive. You have to start from 96. 92 we understand, but 96.
Kojo. Anything to do with Jerry Rawlings, you can't say it's competitive.
It was.
Oh, okay. Your opinion, I differ.
Okay.
But right. If you look at the data, anytime we win, look at the numbers. MPP always comes to power with huge numbers.
John Mahama has wiped that.
Oh, he's done his bit, but we'll reverse it.
Okay.
Inshallah, we'll reverse it.
And you would reverse that?
Oh, yeah. No, because it clearly tells when people are angry with you, they don't want to listen to you, they don't want to hear you, they don't want to hear you out. And that's what happened in 2024. The Ghanaians were just angry with us.
So how do you think you can win back the trust of?
We can do it. But how was Mahama able to overcome the 1 million votes he lost?
How will you do it?
You want to come and talk about my strategies to you and to the NDC?
I want to know how you.
Well, you wait. The first step is to make sure that the focus should be on the parliamentary seat, not the presidential. Because if you don't win the parliamentary, there's no way you win the presidential. Okay. You understand? If you are moving the car, if you don't move into first gear, you can never go into second gear. And people are always forgetting and mixing the two. That you win the most seats in parliament, the presidency falls as a bonus. That's why NDC will field anybody to win an election in a constituency, because once they know they win, they have the numbers, they know they are in Jubilee House.
So they will decide to say, we are pinpointing this person to contest. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because, why? There are certain areas. Look at Ayawaso Wesugon. Dumelo came close in 2020, but he didn't win. They didn't change Dumelo. Even when the Nuyama guy wanted to contest him, they didn't change him, they maintained him, and he's won a seat for them. MPP, there are so many instances like that where we've changed candidates who were able to win those seats for us at last minute because of primaries and stuff like that. Yes, you see, so NDC has a way of, shuffling things to win an elections. And these are things that we must also learn from them.
But there were places that they took new candidates as well and they won the seat for them.
Well, it depends. But what I'm trying to say is that there were so many areas that the new candidates, not the new candidate, the old candidates, if they had been maintained, I've been told a case in the Upper East, I don't want to mention the name of the constituency. If we had maintained the candidate who contested in 2020, he would have won the seat this time. Okay. Because he was basically robbed in 2020. Right? There were almost 13,000 or 14,000 spoiled ballots. Yes. Oh, the winner won by 67 votes. You understand? So you know that some fingers were moving around. So let's leave it at that. So the focus of the party should be on the parliamentary, not the presidential. Though it's 2 elections in a day, but you win more parliamentary seats. The president, your president is the Jubilee House. Yes, look at the trend in the Fourth Republic. Who has lost parliament and won Jubilee House? Okay. But people are not addressing their mind to it.
So your party should focus on the parliament.
And you see, that is the distinction between the national executive officers of the NDC. The chairman is a former member of parliament. The general secretary is a former member of parliament. They know that your focus should be on parliamentary seats. Okay. And look at the focus. The focus is more on parliament. Look at what happened in Doma. Do you know the lady they put up in Doma to beat our candidate there, Paul Chumberima? Have you seen the candidate? I think it's Honorable Mamenu's place too. They will bring somebody who is just popular there to beat you and take the seat for them. The person can come and sit in parliament for 20 days. They don't have to talk. They can just sit there as MP. Whenever we are counting, they have the numbers.
Once he or she wins the seat.
Yes. they are interested in winning the seat. But they know that the more seats they win, Jubilee House falls as a bonus.
That's a strategy your party doesn't have?
Well, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm talking about the NDC. So let's focus on it.
You want to become the general.
There are certain things I can't sit here and say.
Okay.
But the strategy is that we know what we have to do. I've told you the most important thing on the 7th of January is the parliamentary seats, not the presidential. Because no president has won election in this country without parliament. So why are you focusing on the presidential and not the parliamentary?
You just want to do it early and move on. No, not so.
No. The reason is that you focus more on the parliamentary seat, spend more resources, then win the parliamentary seat, win more parliamentary seats. Once you cross 140, 150, 145 thereabout, you've won the elections.
Okay.
Nothing will change.
Okay.
You understand? It's like we won 137 plus 1 in 2020 and we won the election. We still won the elections. Mm-hmm. If I flipped the other way, then this would have won. Yeah. You understand?
Mm-hmm. All right. We're still talking to Honorable Eugene Boakye. He is aspiring to be the General Secretary of the NPP. You were able to analyze the performance of your party when you were in power. John Mahama has been in power this is the 9th month. What's your assessment of his government's performance? Mm-hmm.
His Excellency John Mahama. Well, after 9 months, I think the hardship hasn't reduced. And the promises they made, well, they've done well by establishing the Gold Board, similar to or akin to the Cocoa Board. So let's see what my younger brother, Sami Jenfi, will do to that agency. But besides that, what have they done? You see, that's what I was talking to you about. Oh, we've arrested the dollar, we've done this, we've done this. But what people fail to understand or appreciate is that, for government to do anything, there must be a policy behind it or policy driving it. In all honesty, which policy has been introduced by the NDC through Honorable Kasela to forcing to hold the dollar? None. It was all artificial. But the dollar is now
rising.
It's rising again. So it shows you that the goodwill that they were enjoying from the international community was helping them, and the non-payment of government debts, not debts, but government contracts, all helped in stabilizing the currency for them. But now things are changing, and clearly we are going to see the true side of the NDC. The things they talked about, I was listening to the president last night, and I just cracked up. You know, Akufo-Addo should declare state of emergency. And Akufo-Addo should declare state of emergency. If you look at the number of towns, districts, villages, communities that straddle these Galamsey areas, you'll be amazed. Well, how do you do? They said all that. Have they been able to implement state of emergency? Galamsey is still going on.
Explain why he can do it, yes.
Well, you see, so everybody can explain. So Akufo-Addo was also explaining. What the Akufo-Addo was also explaining? So if he's explaining to you, the Akufo-Addo was also explaining when we're in power. But it's, they can't do it, give us the power. LI 2462. Mining in the forest. Akufo-Addo gave the license to Wontumi and to go and mine in the forest. They've been in power 9 months. Ghanaians are watching all these things. So talk is cheap. Talk is indeed cheap. I can go through a number of them, but for the sake of this program, Ghanaians are very much aware that in spite of the goodwill that this government has enjoyed for the last 9 months, we saw clearly from the president's encounter with the media yesterday that he's fumbling. He's really fumbling.
You sure?
Oh, yes. He's fumbling. I mean, clearly...
He was clear in thought.
He wasn't. Look at the insecurity in his own backyard.
Oh, you can't go there.
Well, but what did the president say? You see, why do media guys do that? You say, why can't I go there? So Akufo-Addo, who is from Chebi, in Achime Bawku here, enclave here, caused trouble in Bawku, eh? No,
he didn't.
So why was the MPP being blamed? Didn't you hear Mahama when he was campaigning? John Mahama told this country that anytime the MPP is in power, Bawku is in flames. You didn't hear him? You didn't hear that?
But because he did it,
you didn't hear that. I'm asking you, didn't hear that? It's a direct question.
If he had sat in front of me, I would have told you not to say it.
But did you hear him say that?
I'm saying that if he sat in front of me, I would have told you not to do it.
You say you are fearless.
Oh, yes,
you are intelligent. I'm asking you a final question. Yeah. Did you hear candidate Mahama in 2024 on the campaign trail saying that anytime my tradition, the MPP was in power, Bawku was in flames? Do you hear him? Yes or no?
I'm saying that if he were sitting here like you're doing,
Masa, you are not fearless. So Joy should replace you. You are not fearless.
And they know I'm very, very fearless.
You are not fearless.
I am. The reason I'm saying
Did you hear John Mahama or not on the campaign trail?
Okay, so let me put it this way. Around this table, I am
Ghana. You see?
And I'm saying that if he was here, I would have told him not to say it.
But I'm telling you that. Did you hear him?
Make your point.
Fearless journalism.
No, everybody heard him say that. And I'm saying that. So but I don't want to.
So if you are portioning that blame to my tradition, that we are the confused lot and the chaotic lot that has created a problem in Bawku, a region or a town that has seen conflict before even John Mahama was born.
So where did he say that? The reason I'm not able to answer you...
He went and even promised the Kosasis a traditional... You didn't hear all the things that went on?
He went to promise them. I didn't hear. I didn't.
Look, after Mahama...
If I had heard it, I would have said that.
Oh, yeah, he went and promised them a traditional authority and all that. There was a lot of things that he said. You see, you are not a politician, you are a journalist. So if you say you don't, I'm telling the things that he said. Because I listened to him.
But let's not rehash it.
They even put the blame on Dr. Bamia because he's a Kusasi. He's a Mampusi, and the conflict is between Kusasi and Mampusi. They even put a blame on Dr. Baumia.
But your own party members are doing so too.
No, you see, I'm talking about John Mahama. Why are you talking about my party?
No, but I'm saying that we don't need to do it. Because these are tribal conflicts. You don't have to
from today, don't describe yourself as fearless because you are not fearless.
I am fearless. I am. But I have a philosophy. When there's conflict, I don't want us to stoke the conflict.
No, but that is why, as politicians, we must bite our tongue.
Yes.
Whenever they say. But that didn't happen. You see, it's when the MPP talks about something, they are being tribalistic, these people would know. Then, yes, we keep quiet. But when an NDC man says something, I think Ghanaians put us, that's what I told you, Ghanaians put us on a different pedestal to that of the NDC.
You are elitist.
Well, I won't say we are elitist. We are just We love our country.
Okay.
I would say we're elitist.
Okay.
But if John Mahama said all those things, but today, the conflict has left Bawku and come to his own backyard, the Brefos and the Gonjas. Yesterday I listened. And the answers he gave, you can clearly see that the man is eating humble pie now. You see, because when these conflicts erupt, and you are the president, and the state is spending resources that we don't have to quell these conflicts down in the north, it's not a sensible thing for any politician of either side to peddle something that you know clearly is an untruth just because of political power.
Okay. All right.
Pusiga, Honorable Ladi, her house has been burned down. Mama Yarega, all the Kusasi MPs, they cannot even go to the region. Yes. That's what's happening in the Upper East now.
How do we resolve them? That's what I want. If
Akufo-Addo was president, they would have told him, they would have asked him to declare a state of emergency there.
So do you have to tell them to do
No, you had the opportunity to meet him yesterday, weren't you there?
I wasn't there.
You were, okay.
But I monitored on television.
No, but I'm sure somebody from here.
Oh, yes. We had a team.
So next time when you meet him, then play all those. I'll send you the tapes of all the things that he said in the elections.
Okay.
When you have another opportunity, just say, Mr. President, you say these things. You say these things.
Okay.
It's all on social media. Go, you see them online.
But you want to be the General Secretary of the MPP,
sure.
And people are worried about how politics in Ghana has been monetized. And today, if you don't have money, you cannot even put yourself up to be a member of parliament. You cannot put yourself up to become an executive of a party. Aren't you worried? And how are you going to tackle that?
Yeah, well, it's true. Money is speaking too loudly in our politics. It's very, very true. And when that happens, hardworking and loyal party people feel left out. I think, like I said, as a general secretary, I'll push for a party that rewards service, not just spending. And you see, I kept telling you, if the more we continue to expand the base of the party, for example, if you came to Subin today, we have 170, I left 170 polling stations, times 5, plus the coordinators and the executives, plus myself, that from the Electoral College at the time. That number can be induced financially. You understand? But if we had at least 5,000 to 6,000 people going to select a member of parliament, it's going to be very difficult.
Exactly, yeah. That's true.
So that is why I don't understand my party, why we are refusing. We see clearly the problem. The solution is the numbers, because it's like, you election. You cannot go around bribe everybody to vote for you.
No.
It's impossible. So what can you do the same for general elections? If you really want to do away with the democracy.
Okay. So
the system is the machine that is encouraging democracy. You understand? Well, if you expand the base and you go to a constituency like Subeng, where MPP doesn't get anything less than 40,000, I'm sure this time it went down 31,000. In my time, we got upwards of 43, 44, 45,000 for both presidential and parliamentary.
Okay.
And even 10,000 out of that is from the Electoral College by electing the presidential candidate and the member of parliament. Who are you going to bribe?
Yeah, it'll be difficult. So the solution.
So we see the solution.
Okay.
But we just don't want to take the bull by the horn. Okay. You understand? Okay. And deal with the solution. Say, look, expand. Let's expand. Let's expand. Once we expand and get the numbers in, it's going to be very difficult.
Okay. All right.
It's going to be very difficult.
Mr. Eugene Boakye entry, I'm grateful to you for coming on.
Oh, let me, my partner. Oh, you are done. Your time is up.
My time is up. But now you can have.
Yeah, 2024. This is my party. But 2024 humbled us. But 2028 will redeem us. I believe that we have to stand united as a party, inspire the Ghanaian people, and deliver victory for Ghana come 2028. And we are going to be coming to your constituencies and your regions to sell the vision and the plan to achieve that to you. So, my esteemed party people, thank you all very much. Thank you all very much this morning for watching. And thanks to Mr. Brace for also hosting me. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Eugene Boakye Entry is aspiring General Secretary of the MPP and former Member of Parliament for Subin constituency in the Ashanti region. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more. Please do stay with us.